Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good evening and welcome to the Lions Fan Cave Chat. I am your host, Smoking Jeremy B. I do have my friends Will Vogel, Austin Hacker from Hacked In Fantasy Sports Talk, and Nick Burton. Will and Nick are longtime Lion fans who Nick found me this season and started commenting, and I appreciate him for it. And that's what this is for, is the fans, and I love the fact you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome, Nick. Good to have you.
Yeah, man.
Thank
welcome.
So,
This
as far as the
oh,
season and our expectations at the beginning of the year, this sums up our year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anybody says, and it's more about being funny than it is being nasty and mean and spiteful and everything else. I like making people laugh, and it is pretty funny when you see him holding a turkey leg and we lost on Thanksgiving. That being said, top 3 offensive players go Will for the Lions.
you have to go with Jahmyr Gibbs. What he does in the running game and in the passing game, he catches out of the backfield and then he runs for a ton of yards is just next level amazing. Then I'll have to go with Mr. I can play any wide receiver on the position on the field, Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And who do you have as your overall MVP then?
I'm sorry?
Who's your overall MVP then?
He is.
Oh, he is? Okay. So who's your third?
So get
You said
third.
Gibbs.
I'm sorry, I should have gone 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to.
Okay, so number 3 is J-Mo.
Okay.
Number 2 is Gibbs. Number 1 is Ra.
Okay. Nick, what about you?
My top 3 players are Jared Goff, Gibbs, and I'm going to say St. Brown because I would say Jameson Williams, but he started out slow.
Lions are still a good team. Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate it. All right, Austin.
Right. Up to me. So I would say number 3 for me would be Jared Goff. 2 would be J-Mo, and Amon-Ra at 3 or at 1. Even though Amon-Ra, he struggled, especially down the stretch with some key drops that cost us some games. But overall, I mean, he's been a solid receiver for the Lions.
I mean, he had the most receptions and the most yards of his career this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he tied the same amount of touchdowns as the year before with a slow start. Because let's face it, Johnny Morton didn't utilize him correctly to start the season. We saw that. And he even admitted it was on him. And then there was a couple of plays where he was wide open and he basically told Goff not to target him. This is before he admitted that he wasn't using J-Mo right. And that's what that argument on the sideline was about, from what I heard.
Oh,
and that's
interesting.
when J-Mo became more of a focal point in the offense, was when Dan Campbell took over. And the proof is in the yardage. 343 and 2 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, and over 700 yards under Campbell. and his coaching. And you can say it was empty yards, blah, 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 and talk all that crap. But you know what? The fact that Goff put up a 1%. We did in that middle stretch when we were losing every other game. All the games we lost, the first two that we lost, which was Philly and then you. Between those two games, we were 0 for 7 on fourth down. And we were 3 of 5 versus New York. Only one of those was in field goal range, but it was in that iffy area where you don't know if Jake Bates is going to be straight or not because he has a natural bend it like Beckham swoop to his kick. I mean, look at the one that looked like it was going to go right down the upright the other night, and he shanked versus the Bears. I mean, it moved bad. He's got to figure out when he kicks it how to point his toe so it does the same thing every time. Because it doesn't just go left and it doesn't just go right, but it bends in both directions equally. Because he scraped the goalpost on the left side, he scraped the goalpost on the right side the first season he was with us. The one scraper was the winner versus the Texans. Remember when they showed the camera angle, you almost couldn't see any gap between the paint and the ball. So my top three, I have a tie at 4. And I put Gibbs and Jamo at 4. Jared Goff at 2. And I'm on Ra at 1. That's the way I'm at. I'm on Ra. Let's see. I think your DM messed you guys up a little too anxious, trying to turn the Lions into the no, a little off. No, he admitted that he had an issue because Frank Ragnow did not say he definitely was retiring until June, which kind of put him behind the 8 ball. And then we had to scramble to figure out who was going to be our center. And I'm sorry they chose wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll leave it at that. Glasgow was awful. He had a couple of good games here and there, but for the most part, he was a revolving door in the passing game. We had more pressure from defensive tackles than defensive ends this season.
Yep.
All right. Defensive MVPs. And I'm going to start with you, Austin.
Defensive MVPs. Well, I mean, Kirby and Branch were on their way to be having good years. Then they had their injuries, so can't really put them on there. But I'm going to say Aiden Hutchinson. He had 14.5 sacks this season, and I don't think he's being talked about enough. I mean, he's getting double teamed almost every play. He's even being held sometimes, and it's not getting called. And he still wound up with like 14.5 sacks, a couple other pressures, a few interceptions. So he's my defensive MVP.
Okay. I got you. Don't worry. When we get that, you don't have 3? Because that's the way I was doing it with 3.
3? Okay. I can come up with 2 more. Avonte Maddox, he stepped up big time with the injuries in the secondary, and at the same time, so did Rod Cassin. But I'll say Avonte Maddox 2 and Jack Campbell. No, Jack Campbell 2, Avonte 3.
There we go. All right, Nick, who are your 3 defensive players? 3 to 1.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, you're going first, or are you putting him at 3?
I think I'll put him at first.
Okay.
And Jack Campbell at 2. And this is a hard one. But I would go Colby Joseph before the injury.
Okay. Well,
number 3, I'm surprised no one mentioned him. Al-Qadim Muhammad. He had almost 10 sacks. He played well.
he had 11 sacks.
11 sacks. 11 and a half. Number 2, Jack Campbell. Number 3, Aiden Hutchinson. So Aiden Hutchinson is the MVP, the main.
I'm going to go an unsung hero at 3 because I think his stuff towards the end of the season and a few of those wins meant more than what El Kadim Muhammad did inconsistent throughout the season. Because during that time that Hutchinson disappeared, AQM disappeared. My guy was Roy Lopez at 3.
He played
The
great.
way he and Talik were, and he could almost put Talik there with him. At 2 is Aiden Hutchinson with his 14 sacks. At number 1 was Mr. Defensive Captain Jack Campbell. 165 tackles, led the team, 95 solo, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and I think he even had an interception.
He might have. I think. Yeah.
I
That
think it
sounds
was
right.
he was covering a tight end early in the season. I can't remember who it was, but he swiped the pass away.
Minnesota, maybe the first time we played.
No, it wasn't against Minnesota. It was earlier in the season than that.
Okay.
Thank you for jumping in, brother. Scotty, it's good to see you. If you need the link, let me know. I usually say send me an email, smokingjeremy@gmail.com. And then I can just give it to you and it'll be a permalink for the show.
Yep.
It was great having you on earlier, but Jack Campbell was my defensive MVP all the way. I mean, what can you say? 2 forced fumbles, a fumble. The one he pulled out and took it back himself. Remember
I
that?
remember that. He's like, give me that ball.
Hey, that's my water bottle, your wife says.
Yeah. Well, it's mine now.
Finders keepers.
But that being said, we had 5 candidates listed for interviews coming up, but one of them got hired by Washington. The Foreskins hired David Blau as their offensive coordinator.
I can make a joke about that, but I'll save it for after the show.
Or David Blow.
That's what I was
Talked
gonna
about.
say. Foreskins got David Blow. I was gonna be like, would Jeremy kill me if I said that?
David Blow has foreskins.
Yes.
That being said, T. Martin is one passing game coordinator. Jacob Peach, passing game coordinator from the Seahawks. Todd Monken, the former OC of the Ravens. And the one at the top of everybody's wish list, Mike McDaniel of the Dolphins. What do you think of that list of possible OC hires there, Will?
You know what? I like Monken. Mike McDaniel's an interesting case. Yeah, there's not one name where it's like, oh man, I don't want that guy to get hired. I'm fine with any of them personally.
Nick?
I would like Mike McDaniel or whatever it's pronounced.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Austin?
Yeah, I'm on the bandwagon of I absolutely don't want Monken. That Ravens offense looked horrible this year, and Lamar looked bad. So I don't want Monken. That's my personal opinion. But obviously my dream hire is Mike McDaniels. But I'd also take what was his Fritz out from the Seahawks?
Pete? Jacob Pete?
Yeah, I'd take him.
Yeah.
So I agree. It's Mike McDaniel, everybody else is second. Period. Monken kind of handed a bad deal. If I remember right. I know Gavin, Scotty, you won Byron Leftwich, you talked about it. I haven't seen him get one OC offer higher since that season. Since he turned down was it the Panthers or the Jaguars that year that he turned down? After Brady retired.
I think it was the Jags.
I think it was the Jags.
Yeah, because that was the year they hired Urban Meyer because of that, right?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with turning down a job he was hired for. He was hired for the job. He was about ready to sign the contract. He went there the next day and backed out.
And the crazy thing is, he played for that team.
And it's kind of like the whole. I don't think Brian Dable is going to be an OC. I heard he's one of the front runners for the Titans right now.
Yeah, I think he becomes a head coach.
When is
And
everyone's interviews like McDaniel and those guys? Do you know,
McDaniels
Dave?
is Monday. I just know it's Monday. And
Hmm.
that's the same day it was supposed to be David Blough's, and I believe the other ones are Tuesday and Wednesday.
All I gotta
Now,
say is when he comes to Allen Park on Monday, we don't let him leave unless he signed a contract.
see, that's why Washington did what they did. Our morning meeting was going to be David Blau. Our afternoon meeting was going to be Mike McDaniel. That, because they usually put about 2 hours in between to discuss things, and then have somebody take them to lunch or for a snack or whatever, and wine and dine them for a minute before they make their decision. Because OC is different than a head coach. You,
Does
you don't
Camp
do two or three interviews. You do one. If you want them, you get them.
does Campbell sit in on those interviews?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I would think it'd be him, Holmes, and Sheila.
I I don't think we need an upgrade at defensive coordinator. I think we needed the help of Dan Campbell, because once Dan Campbell focused on running the offense, that was when the defense took a slide. The whole defense looked different. And I'm not going to blame Shep, because there was games where the defense looked brilliant even after that. Look at that Philly game. That was a game that the defense held us in that we should have won.
Yep.
But we were 0 for 5 on fourth down. 3 of those would have tied the game.
And I also don't think Kurt Signetti is going to leave.
No, I don't think so.
I don't like that take.
Dan's the right guy for this job. He helped pull us out of the basement dwelling that we were at. People are crying about a 9-8 season. I remember when we were begging for a 9-8 season after we hired Petrasha.
Hmm.
Yep.
After we fired Caldwell for a 9-7 season.
A few 9-7 seasons.
He had 2.
Yeah,
The other one was 7-9.
right.
And then the one where they almost won the division but lost to the Packers.
Packers.
17.
Yeah, that was the Rodgers Hail Mary pass, wasn't it?
One of many.
Right.
But I don't like looking at things like, oh, we should have did this or we should have did that. Number one, the Bears didn't ask to hire or interview Dan Campbell. They asked to interview Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Because coordinators, unfortunately, if they want to, a team can request to go to interview them. And if the owners and GM says yes, there's nothing the head coach can do. You cannot
Yep.
stop it. And that's why Ben Johnson doing that treacherous sit today. Brad Holmes. Ben Johnson's play calling didn't start till about week 6 of year 2, because Dan Campbell called plays up to that time. He was made the offensive coordinator, but they shared the duties to start the season. So I'm gonna miss me with that. Must be a Bears fan. That's basically all I got for us. So anything else you want to talk about, guys? Oh, we got Michael. Good to see you. Yes, Nick's on here.
I was gonna say let's run a mock, but
I don't know. 35-7 right now.
ugh,
Indiana.
bad.
Yeah. At halftime.
That's my national champion right there. Is Indiana.
Hi, Michael Edwards.
Trying to think. I don't know what else.
You know, at the time, yes, because Parcells was a proven coach.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of people that have been let go and went on and be successful out of somebody's coaching tree. So miss me with it. And I remember everybody thinking that Aaron Glenn would coach the Jets to a better record than the Bears because that was said on national TV. And I said that ain't going to happen. On this show, I said Ben Johnson will have a better record than Aaron Glenn. I think they had a ceiling of 10 wins. You got 3 more than that. We got 1 more than that. You got 11 wins. Congratulations, it won the division. I thought 12 wins would have won the division. But nobody expected us to be 9-8, realistically. And nobody expected Green Bay to only win 9 games and Minnesota to only win 9 games. Nobody expected that. And if it wasn't for the tie in Dallas, Green Bay probably still would have taken second because they split with Minnie and beat us, and then they split with Chicago, so they were 4-2 in the division. But think about it, so was Minnesota. And I think Minnesota would have ended up second place without that tie. Now, I think they hired the right guy, but I don't know if they have the right personnel for Dennis Allen's defense yet, because Dennis Allen is a good defensive coordinator. But let's face it, that defense is 28th in the league for a reason. We put up 300 yards passing and over 100 yards rushing on that defense for a reason.
Yep.
And if Ben's so much better than Dan, then why is Ben 0-2 versus Dan Campbell?
Oh.
That was a case of the teacher telling the student, sit down.
Yep.
You may think you know everything, but you don't know everything about me. That's exactly what that was. And in that second game, it looked like Ben was out-coached and outclassed.
Yep.
If our defense didn't get gassed because of the normal third quarter lull, which is something that we've been dealing with for 5 straight years, whether Ben Johnson was calling plays or not.
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter has been our worst quarter statistically for all 5 seasons. After year 1, the fourth quarter became our second best quarter for scoring. The first quarter and the fourth quarter, for some reason, we just tend to shrink in the middle part of the game. Does anybody disagree with that?
No.
Granted, we scored a little better this year in the second quarter than we have in the past. And most of that was during Dan Campbell's tenure because we had some lulls with Johnny Morton running it too. But Dan Campbell having to focus on the offense and not help his rookie play caller, I think that was the biggest problem we had.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kelvin Shepherd will grow. I think we need a different linebackers coach. I don't think Sean Dion Hamilton was it. The only one that improved in that linebacker room was Jack Campbell. Everybody else regressed. And that's because Jack Campbell's coming into his prime and finally developed it at the beginning of the third season.
Yep.
See if they started the third quarter yet.
No, they haven't.
Gee. Half times in college are longer than the pros.
Yep.
Yeah, I
He's
think they're
10 for 11 for 110 yards and 3 TDs. It's insane.
I think the halftime in college is like 25, 30 minutes, where it's only like I think
It
it's only
feels like it, yeah. It's terrible.
So isn't it funny that the first pass of the game was a pick six for Indiana?
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. They
Yep.
had 7-0, and there was no stat for either side other than an interception for Dante Moore.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
And they couldn't even give him a 36.9 like he spiked the ball because he threw it to the defense.
Yep.
I don't know. Mendoza looks like he's pretty much a pro-ready quarterback versus the Oregon defense, which is supposed to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Mendoza, 10 of 11 for 110 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the QBR right now is 10.4.
I don't think you need to start him the rest of the game.
I do. That
No, I
offense
know.
is not predicated for somebody else. He needs to stay in at least till like probably 3 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, sure. I don't even know who their backup is. I want to see.
There's nobody listed here because he hasn't registered a single.
Who
Yeah,
is
it was-
Indiana's backup?
No.
I think it's his brother, Alberto. Yeah, it's his brother, I think. It's either Alberto Mendoza, Maverick Geske, or Jacob Bell. And they're all freshmen.
Oh, so they got a battle next year to see who's the starter.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
Watch it
Yeah,
be
Signetti's
Mendoza's
offense is
brother.
dialed in, but the guy that returned that 25-yard interception for a touchdown was D'Angelo Pons, defensive back.
Nice.
I just couldn't believe the first play of the game was a pick six. I was like, wait a minute, they haven't had the ball yet. They just kicked off.
I know, right?
Nice.
Nick leave? Oh.
He must have bounced out. Yeah, because it was shared duties for Johnson and Dan to end the season when he was the passing game coordinator. He was just helping. Well, we did play more zone for the last.
Jeremy, are you muted or is that on my end?
It has to be
No,
your
I
end.
can hear him. I can hear you, JB.
Did your AirPods go out or?
No, I accidentally clicked something. I was looking up and it accidentally.
I'm trying to talk to Austin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No. Austin just
Robbie.
bounced out so he can hop back in because he lost his connection. Good to see you, Robbie. Yes, you see Jagoff.
I see Jagoffs. Instead of I see dead people, I want to see a remake of him saying, I see Jagoffs.
So I don't know if you know this, Nick, but I am going to be interviewed about my journey into journalism with just a high school diploma
Cool. That's going to be awesome.
next week. MMM Media is the one doing it. He contacted me through LinkedIn. And wait for it. There he is. What is up, Nick? SJB, what is up, everyone? Hey, I'm having a great day. Uh, I can show you my latest mock. Nice
So,
Jagoffs, I see. See? You know why? He says nice Jagoffs. You don't see a single Bear, Packer, or Viking fan.
uh, JB, is it going to be like a live stream interview or is it going to be like text?
First, it's going to be. Yep, he bounced out again. Anyways, it's going to be a Zoom call to find out what the questions are. He's going to mail them to me, and then yeah, can't bounce out. All right, Nick. So this was the mock I did this afternoon after the show, our 2-hour show. I traded back a lot,
Yeah.
but I basically rebuilt the defense and offensive line in that draft.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. I'm going to start calling you MDE. It's easier than trying to say your full name. But Caleb Lomu at 25, Logan Jones, Tariq Sapp, Jalen Kilgore, Kenyatta Jackson Jr., David Igbenasum. Can you hear me now, Austin?
Yeah, my stupid browser keeps cutting off my mic usage for some reason. So you guys, I don't know. I can hear you though.
That mock is tight. Seriously, as long as we get Logan Jones, I am tickled like Elmo. Love it.
Oh my God.
MDE works for me, brother. Good. Because when it does the text to speech for the caption in the video, it never gets it right. I avoided everybody that got injured. I look at anyways, I don't know what he's disagreeing about with Michael, but Logan Jones might be the best center this draft. He is the Remington Award winner this year. He hasn't been hurt in his career. He is a fifth-year starter from Iowa. There's something to say about loyalty and staying there. But Jalen Kilgore, Kenyatta Jackson, David Igbenasum, Malachi Lawrence, Aiden Fisher, Kendall Daniels, Grayson Holton of Oklahoma, Xavier Wankwa, one of those names again, out of Iowa, and Traden Stoops of Arizona. There is only one guy on that list that is 6'1", and that's out of the defensive backs, and that's Jalen Kilgore at safety. Everybody else is 6'2" or taller.
Yep.
Kendall Daniels is a converted safety to linebacker. He's 6'5" and 242 degrees. But he said they make up for it with his footwork and ability to get low. They did say that, right? And he's an elite athlete. The guy is strong as a knot. It might be why he set the powerlifting bench record at Iowa.
Yeah.
He said, yep. That's what I did today in a nutshell. I did my show. I talked to my friends off and on throughout the day. I napped. I'm old.
I napped too. Trust me, I was off today.
I want a tank over a Mustang for our anchor. We need a legit center for the next 8 to 9 years, please. We have 4 guys that we are bringing in. I brought that up. I'm going to start from the bottom of the list and work my way up. Passing game coordinator T. Martin, passing game coordinator Jacob Pete. Then it is offensive coordinator from the Ravens that was just fired, Todd Monken. And then former head coach of the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel is the first one to be in on Monday for an interview. He agreed to it. I saw he was called by the Titans. I saw he has an interview with the Titans on Wednesday. I say don't let him walk back out the door. I say give him that $5-6 million, make him make it just as much as Dan Campbell, and say please stay right here. Does anybody disagree with that sentiment?
No.
Nope. How much were they going to pay Ben Johnson before he left to Chicago? About that much?
I know you do. I know who you want. You want Byron Leftwich. I get it. But Byron Leftwich has not been named anywhere else since that year he turned down a coaching job. He was blackballed because of it. I'm pretty sure of it. All he's been is a QB coach or assistant OC ever since. And I don't even know what roster he's on right now, or even if he's coaching.
Let me look.
He might be still languishing on the Tampa Bay coaching roster.
Oh, he's in college, JB.
He's in college now. So that tells you right there.
For Colorado University.
He's there with Dion. Right. Oh, I would have loved that, but Tony Dungy doesn't want to be a GM anymore. Hey, look at that.
What up, Paul? Only here to watch me? No. Stop it.
He's in college, though, and he hasn't been called for another even offensive coordinator job. And he was just the QB coach in Tampa Bay, if I remember right. He wasn't the OC.
Yeah, he was the QB coach.
And he was a hot commodity for offensive coordinator. And I believe, like I said, the Jaguars tried to hire him as coach. He went in there, and he wanted them to trade away Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's what it was about. He did not like sunshine.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make you cry, MDE. Tony Dungy approached William Clayford and Matt Millen about coaching the Lions back then.
Wow.
Laughing my ass off. T. Lawrence equals sunshine. Sunshine. From Remember the Titans.
Yes. Love that. Hey, guess what? The third quarter's about to begin. Finally. But it's still going to be a blowout.
No, it's been a blowout.
Jeremy, you want to hear my parody? It's the Peach Bowl where Indiana's blowing Oregon. Instead of where the water stinks. I don't know. I'm going to do a parody of that.
Indiana blowing Oregon is not a good one. He wanted to coach the Lions after he left the Colts. They said no, and that's why he went to Tampa Bay.
I thought he was with Tampa Bay before.
Either way, the in-between there.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be a Lions coach, and William Clayford told him no.
He would have been great. I love Tony Dungy. My dad actually got to see him play in college.
Then he put in a bid. He put in a bid to be our GM when they fired Millen after he retired. While Mayhew was here, and William Clayford told him no.
Unbelievable. Yeah, my dad got to see him play in college.
Wow, that's awesome. I coached high school football at a school in Virginia that lost the Sunshines team in the championship in the movie George C. Marshall for real. That's amazing.
Wow. It's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Oh, but it was great to see my buddy Paul Jones.
It is. Always is.
There was a lot of things that were wrong about WCF. That's all I got to say. I mean, when we had Millen here, we had the M&M connection for a decade. Bobby Ross quit and Gary Moeller took over. Yeah, he was at Tampa first. I know it's one way or the other. I just know between the jobs, he approached the Lions about coaching here.
They said no. That's ridiculous.
And they told him no. Sorry, I get forgetful when you're talking about shit that happened 30 some odd years ago.
It happens, trust me.
She was a competitor in high school and in college, a tennis player. She had something that he didn't have. She didn't get into the business side of things. She stayed in the sports side of things, and she has a competitive nature naturally. The proof was when she was sitting in that booth. Yeah, I thought that looks like Harpazo. There is that who this is? By the picture, I'm saying it's Brett Harpazo, but it says Richie 9623. Yeah, 1st and 10 on the Indiana 38. They got the ball going.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and he did bring up the part about Frank Ragnow didn't tell us that he definitely was retiring. There was signs that there was no way they'd know for sure, and that's why they didn't address center in free agency or in the draft.
Yep.
Everything else was a knee-jerk reaction to that.
Well, we just found us.
Oh,
Welcome.
awesome. Thank you, Richie. Yep, and Bill, there's another one that wanted to coach here. Heck, how many times have we heard prior to Dan Campbell being here since he's been retired? Rex Ryan on ESPN. I'd love to coach these Lions.
Yeah.
Bill Cowher, when he retired the first year, he talked about wanting to be a Lions football coach. He goes, I'd love to coach this Lions team.
Yeah.
So, we've had good coaches that were interested in being here in the Lions, but we had bad ownership. I bet it is because Indiana
Nice.
is kicking that ever-loving butt.
Yep.
Both
I am
teams have
watching.
9 first down. Oregon can't run the ball, evidently,
Nope.
because they have 8 passes for first down and 1 rush for first down. And but Indiana's gotten a penalty for first down, 5 passes, and 3 rushes.
I don't see how Miami could beat Indiana.
No, I don't either.
I'll tell you what, they play really hard, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a tight game, but I expect Indiana to win.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a familiar last name for us, though, playing for Indiana. Surratt. Remember that name?
Yeah, Chaz and whatever, Wake Forest and Chapel Hill. Yeah. Wonder if
I'm mad on it. Oh, you're mad at another channel, but I won't plug it. It's okay. This game is a total embarrassment. IU's best player has been Oregon QB.
I'm looking if they're related.
Sage Surratt and all them.
Yeah, I'm looking. Chaz, Sage. Um,
It's spelled the same, Sarratt, right?
I'm looking. No, no.
Okay.
The Chaz and whatever are SU.
Oh, okay. You're a moderator for one of the other teams. Gotcha.
Oh.
I know who I would like to see wanting back with Gibbs, but I know it's only a dream.
What's that?
Derek Henry.
Oh, yeah, that's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
If we had, I'm sorry, I just. When they were saying it on national media, it wasn't a joke, brother. Everybody wants to dog us Lions fans. I've been a fan of this team for 50 years, and you know what? I've been more proud of the last 5 years than I've been of any of the 50. We've done things that no other Lions team has done in franchise history, like 4 winning seasons in a row. Granted, we didn't win anything when it comes to the division this year. Miss me with that. It's 4 winning seasons in a row. The fact that he kept Ben Johnson from beating him both games. One, he housed him, and the other one, they made it a knockdown, dragged out fight to the last second. So I'm happy with the fact that he did that to the Bears. I'm not happy with the results of the season. I'm happy we had a winning record, but it should have been more. Does anybody disagree with those statements?
No. I mean, obviously, it's
And even
amazing.
because we beat the Ravens, even if we lost that last game to Chicago, it's only a 2-spot difference. We wouldn't have went to 11 or 13. We'd have dropped down to 15, and that's it. And I don't think there's that much of a difference between 15 and 17.
Mendoza just threw another TD pass.
I don't doubt it.
Well, you're ahead of me.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, yeah, I hasn't even put it on my game test yet, which is usually faster than cable.
Yeah. I'll wait next time.
I'm just saying, William Clay Ford's an idiot.
Yep.
And the best thing that happened to us is Sheila Fordham. Yeah. Heal up, Will. Can't wait to see you take the Colts to the playoffs next year. Indiana Jones.
Oh, forgot that was my nickname. I don't even look like him. I don't get why
You
people
do.
say
You do. You do. I know you hate it, but you do.
he's
Look like
more
who?
of
Yeah,
a
Look like.
Daniel
Daniel
Jones.
Jones.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
more
you
Look
of
at
do
his
kind
face.
of.
Yeah.
See?
I'm gonna. I guess I'll change my name in the chat to that. Timu Daniel
Timu
Jones.
Damon Jones. You're, you know,
He
you're,
gets Timu Hutch, which I love.
Yep.
no, you're the Wayfarer, Daniel Jones.
I'm the better Daniel Jones. He actually went to high school like 10 minutes from me, which is hilarious. I'm older than him though.
And you look younger. That's a great thing. There we go. I fixed your name for you for the nickname underneath.
BCP Indiana Jones. Yeah, sure.
Talking about 2 different eras. I'll tell you what. It was harder for Barry to get the yards now than it is for Gibbs. But this year, Gibbs still got a plethora of yards behind a bad O line.
Yeah.
And he's officially ahead of Barry for after 3 years in the league for touchdowns, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the skill set that Gibbs has.
Yep.
And yes, it's sad to hear what he said about Monty. There's a possibility that I see him being gone in day 2 or day 3 of the draft, if not before the draft, depending on what somebody's willing to offer for Monty.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I heard that
I
too.
didn't hear that.
Go watch the presser. Just go type in Detroit Lions on YouTube and watch Brad Holmes' presser from yesterday.
Who do you think would jump be RB2?
Well, I think that's the main reason why we already signed Sailors back. Netflix was gone. He's a power back type of runner that came from the DC Defenders, if I remember right.
Yep.
And he's been good at returning kicks. Tom Kennedy's been good at returning kicks and punts while Leaf was out. And I think that's why Leaf Raymond may be gone. And you may see the step up in targets for Tesla.
So, JB, what do you think teams would offer?
I don't know. Until I get into it, I'm not worried about that stuff.
Oh.
We haven't even ended the playoff season yet. I don't want to talk about that. I just was letting people know that's where we're at. It sounded like he could be. There was nothing definite.
Sure.
But I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. 4th winning season in a row is all I got to say.
Yep.
Now we got to wait for it. All right, Nick. Thank you for being here. We are getting ready to sign out. Will, plug your channel, please.
WVogs18. I do comic book content, but I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays with JB.
Austin?
You can find me over at YouTube at Hackton Fantasy Sports. I'm a regular guest of Jeremy's on Wednesday's Roundtable, NFL, Lions Fan Cave Chat here on Friday nights. And I am the co-host with JB on our Saturday Fantasy Football show that we run throughout the season. Go ahead,
Tomorrow
check it
night
out
is
over
our
there.
season recap.
Yep,
and then we will be done until after the draft because we have nothing fantasy to talk about then.
No, so we'll be taking a few month break. We'll be back at it in like mid-April.
Yep, after the draft, after everybody starts getting to their mini camps and rookie stuff, and we see who's going to make it and who's not, and everybody has their UDFAs, and we can talk about sleepers that may creep up out of this rookie class. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, but try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Yes, Herman Moore was fun. I met him in person out at the Soaring Eagle at a Dallas Cowboy versus Lions watch party. Thank you, Rich. I'm live every day at noon to 12:30 at least, but usually noon to 1, Monday through Friday. He mentioned the Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m., the NFL Roundtable Talk. Friday night, the Lions Fan Cave Chat, where I invite fans. If they want to be on, all they got to do is message me. You can message me either in the chat or send me an email, and I will have you on. If you're a fan of other teams, you are more than welcome to join me on Wednesday night when we talk about the 3 biggest stories in the NFL and we go through the weekly pick'em. So far, it looks like I'm going to be 2 for 2 on who's in the national championship.
Nice.
Yep.
And
thank you, Mark.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy this football game, even though it's a blowout. Oregon looks like a high school team playing against a pro team right now.
You too.
But
Have a good night,
weekend.
everyone.
I think Indiana's winning it all. Peace, everybody. Willing
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Just ask you to